Hey, what's up, y'all? Lifeseeker 128. Last time, we finally got through all of the VRA and rebuilt the capital. So many freaking quests here. Kind of annoying. So anyway, that was a long sidetrack. I think I checked out all the SATCOM arrays, so I don't think there's anything else. We've checked out Raven Rock. Fort Constantine, I'm pretty sure we did. Or did we? I can't remember anymore. It's been several episodes and the game just crashed, so I'm trying to get it back up again. Because we ain't done. We ain't done with Rebuild the Capital. Sure, we got a couple more things to do. Let's try that one again. Terracotta's here, just chilling. Oh yeah, and we did. Yeah, we did this. Talked to the guy in charge. He didn't have anything for me. What about this power station, huh?
Hey.
Nothing. Oasis, we did check that out. Clifftop Farms, have we checked this out? I don't think we did. Let's wait 12 hours for everyone to get them up. Just be up. I'm still eating my dinner. Hi.
Hello.
If you were with the Brotherhood, a yeoman already came by to collect our taxes. Go bother another settlement.
How long have you been farming?
Long enough to know what I'm doing.
Have you not always been a farmer?
What's with all the questions? Are you going to write a book about me or something? Listen, I've got work to do, and you are wasting my time.
What are you farming?
Farming potatoes. I grew them when I lived up north and brought them with me when I moved down south. It's a disgusting plant that can grow in shitty soil, which explains why it is growing so great here in the capital wasteland.
Remember?
It's a farming settlement. What does it look like? My wife wanted our kids to grow up near her parents. Just a shame that her brother decided to move here too. Spoiled brat wouldn't know an honest day's work if it slapped him in the face. All I want is some peace and quiet, which you happen to be interrupting at the moment. Bye.
Rude. I'm taking your potatoes. All of them. As many as I care to.
Morning. Hey there, youngin'. What brings you to our little row of farms? If you're
Holy
looking
shit.
to do some trading, you can speak with my wife. I ain't too good with matters related to money.
Well.
It's a quiet little place where honest folk can make an honest living farming. It's especially nice because my children and grandchildren live here too. I'm a lucky old man to get to live out his twilight years like this.
What you got?
Tatos and some other produce, but we are mainly growing tatos. You ever tried tatos? I reckon you haven't, considering they don't grow around here. My son-in-law brought them with him when he moved to the capital wasteland. He says they are half potato and half tomato. They grow surprisingly well considering the soil in the wasteland. It's a bit unique, but my wife's figured out how to cook them. Anyway, I'm sure you aren't interested in listening to an old farmer ramble about his produce. Bye.
No. Taking your tatos. I am a menace to society.
If you are looking to do some trading, I can't help you. Go talk to my mother. She'll help you find whatever produce you are looking to buy. I got this land from the Brotherhood of Steel. They're desperate to get food for their army, and I promised to grow crops for them. Supposedly, there used to be a super mutant camp here, so that explains the smell. I invited my parents to settle on this land with me. Surprisingly, my parents did too. Overall, it's a good place to raise a family. Potato plants mostly. It's a common staple food where my husband is from. We've had good luck growing them. Who knows, it might change the way people eat in the capital wasteland. That is if folks ever stop eating whatever pre-war junk food they find in an abandoned supermarket. He's just a private person, and sometimes that comes out as a bit rude. But he is a good father and a good husband, so if he hurts your feelings, don't talk to him.
Morning.
I am a menace to society.
Morning.
Oh, hey.
A visitor. How nice. Welcome to our nice little farming settlement. If you are looking to purchase some produce, come speak with me. We are all one big family, literally. My son Leon lives in the shack next door, and my daughter Leah lives in the bigger shack down the hill with her family. I'm quite blessed to live surrounded by my loved ones. We are growing products. My husband can tell you more about them. I quite like them. There are all sorts of ways you can use potatoes as an ingredient in cooking. I did a lot of hunting when I was younger. And cooking. The deadlier the animal, the better it tasted in most cases. These days, I don't do much hunting, but I sure do keep busy with cooking. Tilling the fields keeps everyone mighty hungry. Say, you wouldn't happen to have any recipes you'd like to share? I just love exchanging recipes. It's always fascinating to learn how someone else cooks their stew.
Here's Rob Hunt, yeah.
That sounds like something my grandkids would love. Thank you so much. Well, I guess it's my turn to share a recipe. How about a recipe for tato soup?
Later.
Bye.
Aha.
Hey, how's it going, pal? Name's Leon. If you're ever looking for a good time, and by that I mean jet, then come talk to me. Well, come talk to me later, because I actually don't have any jet right now. I'm still working on making some. I'm not like my parents. While they spent their whole lives farming, I did a little adventuring in my youth. I ran with this really tough gang back in the day. We called ourselves the Iron Rat Scorpions. Those were the days. But I put all that behind me. Now I'm looking to settle down and start earning real caps. It's your average small-time farming setup. No more to say. Although, give me a few years and I'll have this place rivaling Rivet City. But anyway, you got my parents living in the house next to mine, and my sister Leah and her kids are in the house next to all the Brahmin. Don't waste your time talking to my sister's husband, Marty. He's no suave wasteland adventurer like you and me. That grumpy asshole has spent so much time in the heat farming. I think the sun has cooked his brain. That's right. I hope to open up my own little chem shop. Once I actually figure out how to make chems, that is. Who would guess turning Brahmin shit into jet would be so hard? I've actually made a batch, but I'm still working on getting the recipe right. Do you want to try a sample? I would appreciate an opinion. No one else around here does chems, and I probably shouldn't get addicted to my supply. During my younger, wilder days, I met a lot of people from all over the wasteland. And the guys with the heaviest pockets were always the chem dealers. I'm not sure if you have noticed, but there is a big demand for chems of every variety. I might not run with a gang anymore, but I don't want to be a farmer either. If I have to work for my caps, I'm going to make sure my work pays off big. So I figured the best way to do that would be to produce and sell chems. I picked up a few things during my gang days. Spoke to a few experts in their field. Read a couple books. You get the gist. I think I've got the basics of chem production down. I just got to work out the kinks in my method. Just trial and error stuff, really.
I'll try it.
Awesome. Here you go. One free jet. Let me know what you think.
Take out of a Leon's jet and you are instantly filled with regret. Jet is supposed to give the user a rush of energy, but you're feeling the opposite. Your lungs feel like they have shriveled, your eyes are burning, and your stomach has twisted in on top of itself. Instead of feeling high, you feel sick. Very, very sick. This jet, not fit for human consumption.
I guess you think I should keep working on the recipe. Do you have any suggestions? You seem like a smart person. After all, you did just accept homemade jet from a stranger. I'm not being sarcastic or anything. I could really use any advice you have to offer. I invested all my caps into making jet. It's either this or being a farmer like everyone else in my family.
How to make medicine rather than chems. That's an interesting idea. It'd be nice to know I'm doing some good in the world. It's also how I intend to treat the Great Khans in New Vegas. Teach them how to make meds.
And there's lots of caps to be made in medicine. I'm ready to learn, Doctor.
Absolutely. Spend the next few hours teaching Leon about how to use his rudimentary chemistry knowledge to produce life-saving medicine rather than harmful chems. Please.
Well, Doc, I think I've got a good grasp on how to make stim packs.
Yeah.
Well, as much as a former chemhead can understand needles. I'm going to need time to get my laboratory up and running. Come back in a few days and I should have some medicine to sell you.
Cool. Medicine?
I don't have a large enough supply to start selling. Check back in a couple of days and I'll have stuff to sell.
All right.
Yeah, see you.
Fascinating. Terracotta, what do you think? Cool. Glad we talked. And or didn't.
Hey,
Yeah, it's whatever. What is that? I don't know. Potatoes! And I am a menace to society for taking all of it. But okay. Oh. Hello.
Are you gonna play Republic with us? President Daddy says the people from outside the Republic are bad.
Huh?
Hooray!
Okay. Oh, hey. Phil Marshall, good to see a friendly face. And who were? Well, technically, my title is the Honorable Ambassador of the Pueblo, where everything is going well. Recent elections spice things up, but I'm trying my best to put on a good face for the Brotherhood. Alrighty. Good going there. Okay, what about that? Just a generic yeoman. And Mr. Smithy. I'm a little disappointed. Diner Outpost we did. Canterbury Mine we visited. We've been all over Canterbury. We speak to Proctor. See what's happening in Friendship Heights. Not a whole lot going on.
Move along, please.
GNR, we've been. Wasn't a whole lot. Tacoma Town? Oh, that's right. We needed to go to Where that bitch? New Ridgefield. Hey, you. Welcome, Field Marshal. I'm guessing you got my message about the cook-off competition? Was this about a cook-off? So, you didn't get my message. Damn it, I paid that courier 50 caps. Still, you're here. Celebrate the new beginnings for the town. Thought it would be nice to host a cook-off. Damn, I was hoping you could be the judge. So, are you interested? I know everyone in town would love it if you could participate. Plus, it would be great publicity for the Brotherhood. Sure, why not? I'll be your judge. Great. I'll get the judging table set up for you and let everyone know it's time for the cook-off. Okay, very sudden. The entire town has gathered around to watch you judge the cook-off. In front of you sits 4 entrees. You should try each one and then determine the winner. Terracotta, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Step the fuck back. Thank you. Entry 4. First glance, it might seem as if someone simply placed a protein slab from an MRE on a plate, but one taste reveals the truth. The meat has been slow cooked with baked potatoes and soaked in beer, giving it a unique and delicious flavor. Okay, why am I standing? Huh? Why? Entry 3. Although the meat looks gamey, it's actually a juicy and succulent steak. Sautéed with mushrooms, the flavors of the dish reveal a distinct earthy undertone, reminiscent of a cave. Well, I like cave cooking. Served rare, the massive cut of prime beef is accompanied by a rustic corn garnish. It only takes a few bites of this all-American meal before your stomach starts to feel like it's going to burst. Very filling. Okay. The steak tastes slightly burnt, but it doesn't detract from its overall flavor. The smoky taste actually complements the rather fatty meat, which has been marinated with what you suspect might be a whiskey sauce. I like the mushrooms, dude. I love mushrooms. You like my steak? That's good to hear. I'll let you know if any other mole rats wander into my garden, and I'll serve you up another one. Hell yeah. Till then, here's the recipe in case you want to try making it yourself. Judging the cook-off competition turned out to be an excellent publicity stunt for the Brotherhood of Steel. The news of how the Field Marshal interacted with a small settlement has further endeared the entire wasteland community to the Brotherhood. As a result, they are a bit more inclined to pay their taxes. You can now cook mushroom mole rat steaks. That's cool. I like that. Hi. How's it going? Looking to buy some dog meat, just let me know. Got some fresh cuts. Butcher dogs? That's right. I prefer raising dogs to raising Brahmin. I don't think a Brahmin can love you the same way a dog can. Plus, it's much easier to butcher a dog than a Brahmin, and I prefer the taste. I beg to differ. I love steak. Have you always raised dogs? I've raised dogs my whole life, but not always for meat. I don't like to talk about it, but I used to run with raiders. I trained fighting dogs for the gang. The dogs I trained were mean to the bone and could tear a man's throat out with one bite. What made you stop training dogs to fight? One day my gang ambushed the caravan that had wandered into one of our favorite hunting spots. But of course, when a gang has a favorite spot to jump caravans and jumps too many caravans, word spreads pretty fast among traders. The caravan was expecting us and fought back hard. They were armed to the teeth and had mounted a goddamn minigun on the back of one of their Brahmin. Still, my dogs tore them up bloody. Caravan guards were covered head to toe in combat armor, but my dogs found their throats all the same. And it wasn't enough. We got our asses handed to us. I was hit by shrapnel from some frag grenade and got my lights knocked out. When I came to, my gang, my brothers, had left me in a ditch. But what do you expect from raiders? I know. Almost all my dogs were dead. The ones that were still alive stayed with me in that ditch. I remember sitting in the mud and looking at all the scars on their bodies. Scars they got because of me and my stupid raider shit. After that day, I decided dogs didn't deserve to deal with all the bullshit problems humans have and make for themselves. If you know how to train dogs, the Brotherhood might be interested in them. Not interested. I don't want to send my dogs off to the ruins to fight super mutants or raiders or other assholes that would shoot them. Yeah, my dogs can fight. They can kill your enemies, and there are plenty of pieces of shits that probably deserve to have their throats ripped out. But if you want someone's throat ripped out, do it yourself. No need to make a dog do it. Dogs deserve a life where their only worry is finding a bone they forgot they buried. Nothing more. Where do you get your dogs from? I breed some of the dogs and raised them since they were pups. Most are strays I've found in the wastes. It takes a while to earn their trust. But a dog is a dog, and it only takes a few scraps of mole rat meat and a few belly rubs before they become your friend. Then the rest of the work is getting the strays groomed, well-fed, and healthy. If you like dogs, why do you butcher them for meat? Much as I would like to be, I ain't made of money, so if I want to eat, if my dogs want to eat, then I gotta find a way to make some caps. Dog meat has become a bit of a delicacy for some, and a well-fed dog tastes a lot better than some mangy stray, so people like buying from me. I give my dogs a good life, with plenty of food and love. In return, they give me a fresh cut of nutritious meat. What does a hunter give the animals he shoots? If you ask me, my way of obtaining meat seems much more fair. Plus, I don't butcher dogs because I hate them. You don't surround yourself with this many dogs if you don't like being around them. Okay, something else. Think of the town. I like living here. I never thought I could live in a nice town like this. Dogs enjoy living here as well. There are plenty of kids in the neighborhood, so they always have someone to play fetch with. Okay. Decent business. Scottman. Thanks for judging the cookout. I hope you had fun. What do you do here? I was stationed here to look over the town. Before this, I was doing some recon work for the Brotherhood out near Arlington. So far, this sheriff gig isn't too shabby. It certainly helps that the town is composed of mostly families. I'm also tasked with defusing any leftover frag mines, but I don't think that'll be necessary since the Smiths did a thorough job of clearing the ruins. Between you and me, I sure hope I don't have to defuse any mines. The Smith who taught me how had this really bad speech impediment. I was trying so hard not to laugh the entire lesson that I don't remember if he said to cut the blue wire or the wed wire. Oh, jeez. Wazer rifle. Wazer rifle. Okay, what can you tell me? A nice quiet farming town. Also a bit of ruin, but I'm sure we will have it all rebuilt in no time. Caravanners have been hesitant to come visit. I'm guessing it will be a while before they add the old minefield to their trade routes. But if you're looking to do some trading, talk to some of the residents. I'm sure they'll be happy to do a little haggling. Alright. Alright.
Morning.
That was cool. Such fun. Yes? We're looking to buy some produce. Talk to my husband, Al. He'll get you fed. Those two kids running around yours. Lillian and Rudy? Yes. They're my husband's niece and nephew, but we took them in after their parents died. I just hope they watch where they step. Brother claimed they defused all the mines, but you never know how many hot potatoes might remain in the ground. What do you think? Bit of a ruin. But I guess that's everywhere in America these days. Let's just say I've lived in worse places. I enjoy the open sky and the fresh air. What more could you ask for? Yeah. Hey, you. Going to meet you. Al. Chance to meet my family. There's my wife, Cecilia. Our two prides and joy. Think of the town. It's great. Really feels like I'm living the American dream. You know, my father used to always hang in the living room with this small painting of a farmstead. Told me that being an independent farmer, working God's land, was what it meant to be an American. While man never got the chance to be a farmer, I hope he's proud of what I'm trying to build for my family here. Uh-huh. Been married to my wife for going on 5 years. No, wait, longer than that. We just celebrated our 6th anniversary. Rudy were my brother's children, but we adopted them after he passed. I'm just so blessed to have such a wonderful family. Anyway, moving onward. Anybody living out here except for a dog? Ah, the mutton house. I can visit. Hey. Right. Okay. Yeah, it's mostly, anything I would have seen when it was still Minefield, but with some dogs and dog houses. And things that I cannot steal if I want to remain very good. Hi. Rudy? I don't talk to communists. Get out of my face before I show you the might of the Enclave. Well, he's a little terrorist in the making. Or maybe he'll also argue that I am the terrorist. It's up for debate. More of the normal layout and stuff that I can't take with a
Good to see you.
good morality score. Hey, you're... Oh shit, I'm sorry, but I don't remember your name. But you're the lone wanderer, aren't you? Work for the Brotherhood? Do you think you could talk some sense into my son, Troy? He wants to run off and join the Brotherhood, but he's just a child. He can't be a soldier. He's too young. Why are you worried about that? Because the Brotherhood is no place for him. Troy is just a little boy. He'll join up and they'll ship him off to the DC ruins where God knows what will happen to him. Sugarants or ghouls don't get him, then the tetanus will. Do you know how many rusted nails are just sticking out of the ground in the ruins? How do you know about tetanus? I'm confused. It's my fault, really. I always took him hunting with me when he was younger. So now he's got an unhealthy fascination with guns. Will you please speak with him? I know the Brotherhood is full of good people, but I just don't want my son to be one of them. I'll go talk to him and make sure he knows what he's getting into. Oh, thank you. Troy's a good boy who knows to always listen to authority figures. Just please, softly. Okay.
Morning.
He's full grown, dude. Oh, wow. Field Marshal of the Brotherhood, so cool. A vertebrate pirate. That's cool. Mother told me she is worried about you joining. I know. My mother's terrified at the idea of me enlisting. Thinks I'm going to just be a grunt fighting in the ruins. I've tried talking to her about it, but she doesn't want to listen. This is kind of awkward to ask, but do you think you could talk to her about the Brotherhood? Maybe you could help calm her nerves. Are you sure enlisting is the right choice for you? It's not a spur-of-the-moment decision. I've given it a lot of thought. I want to be a pilot, not live the rest of my life as a farmer. Nothing wrong with being a farmer. In fact, the Brotherhood needs farmers as much as it needs pilots. I know farming is honest work, but I just don't think it's for me. Being a pilot just seems so much more rewarding. When do you plan on enlisting? Not for some time, which is why I don't understand why my mom is freaking out so much over it. I want to make sure my mom is set up at her new home and I can be here to help with the farm work. Probably won't leave until after the first crop harvest. Plus, I can't bring myself to leave while she's so worried. I want to wait until she accepts the idea of me joining. Why is your mom so worried about it? I don't know why she's so overly protective of me. When I was little, we used to go hunting together all the time, but now she freaks out anytime I so much as look at a gun. Evelyn told me she's just being a helicopter parent. But if that's true, I don't get why she's so against me being a pilot. That's not what she means, kid. I can talk to your mother for you. Really? Thank you, Field Marshal. Love my mother, but she could just be a bit hysterical at times. I'm sure she'll listen to you. Hello? About your son. Yeah? Yeah? Hope you told him the scary things you saw during the time at home. Remind me how the Brotherhood made you do a lot of push-ups. He's never been very athletic. Troy wants to be a vertebrate pilot. He's not going to be fighting in the ruins. Vertebrate pilot is even worse. But those things fall out of the sky all the time. They don't look safe at all. No, my son should have his 2 feet firmly on the ground where it's safest. On ground close to home, to be exact. Look, Troy is an adult. Seems determined to enlist. You should spend time with him while you still can. Maybe you're right. Troy isn't a little boy anymore. He's a man now. If he's going to enlist, I should be a good mother and support him. I think my worrying may have actually created a bit of distance between us. It's been too long since we've been on a fun hunting trip together. Yeah. Hey. How did you... Always wanted my son to have a home. When he was younger, we were always on the move and never in one place for too long. That's the life of a hunter, always following the trail, looking for meats and pelts to sell. Sleeping in a warm bed, in a big home with friendly neighbors next door is such a nicer way to live than out in the wilds. Evelyn said this town used to be called the minefield, but I think she's just teasing me. There's no way the Brotherhood would move people into a place like that. They wouldn't, right? I'll leave you to everything. After talking to my mom, I'm glad she's not worried anymore about me enlisting. Well, she's still worried, but at least she has accepted it. And I'm glad we are going hunting together again. It'll be a while before I actually leave to join the Brotherhood. Until then, Evelyn's been teaching me a little about repair and maintenance. If you have some scrap electronics, I can sort through it for you and see if there's anything that can be salvaged. Yeah. Cool. Let me see if there is anything valuable. What do you think of the town? It's a great little town. More proof of all the good the Brotherhood is doing in the capital wasteland. Okay. Scrap electronics, drained electron charge packs. That is more valuable than scrap electronics. I'm going to avail myself of your services more. Troy Rice. Let's see. New Ridgefield. Minefield. Trade with Troy Rice. Scrap electronics. More. Take them all. Dear Lord, how many do I have? Oh. Beep, beep, beep. There we go. Wow. Ammo. Lots of batteries. Conductors. Hi. Okay, old man, Field Marshal. Paladin Bracket at your service. You enjoying it? Some days I think farming is harder work than fighting. At least it's quieter, so that's nice. No longer with the Brotherhood. Well, once a brother, always a brother. Don't think I can unsay the oath I swore on the Codex. But am I active? No. I'm now retired. Or maybe decommissioned is the right word. My wife is still a paladin at the Citadel, though. She keeps me up to date on all the new progress the Brotherhood is making. You retired because you were wounded? Fought more battles than I can remember. Came away from each of them completely unscathed. Unscatched? Unscratched? Unscathed? Whatever. Not a scratch on me or on my power armor. No. I'm afraid I wasn't done in by some dramatic wound from the enemy during a heroic last stand. Old age is what got me. Years of service in power armor left me with a bad back and bad knees. These days I'm no use on the battlefield, so I've exchanged the sword for the plow. Being a farmer isn't the worst ending for a soldier. I consider myself lucky. Joints must not be that bad if you're still able to farm. Right, I didn't just leave the Citadel because of some achy bones. Lions might dress it up in power armor and teach it to recite words from the Codex, but what he's in charge of isn't the Brotherhood. Not anymore. Those taken at the Citadel aren't the oaths I swore in the Lost Hills bunker. Don't get me wrong, that's all fine by me. Lions is doing good work rebuilding the wasteland, and I'm proud of my service in the DC ruins. I doubt that when Founder Maxon formed the Brotherhood, he expected it to stay the same for 200 years. But now that the Brotherhood of Steel has ended, so too has my duty as a paladin. Brotherhood was founded to protect the weak and safeguard humanity. It still does. Look, I get it. You're young and you think you know the Brotherhood of Steel. Think you know what it means to wear power armor and call yourself a paladin or field marshal, whatever fancy title the Lions gave you. But there's more to the Brotherhood than just protecting the weak. There are rituals and traditions that must be practiced and remembered. I don't mean any offense when I say this, but I cannot explain to you, an outsider, what the Codex truly means. Besides, why should you try to understand the Codex? There's no place for it in this new world. And if there's no place for the Codex, there's no place for me either. Which is all for the best. I'm happy to hand reins over to you, Field Marshal. You seem like you know what you're doing. Are you loyal to the Brotherhood? I'm loyal to my wife and loyal to my daughter. But I cannot be loyal to something that no longer exists. Still, I pay my taxes and support the good work the Citadel is doing. Take that yeoman Scotsman, for example. He's a friendly young man who's always ready to help around town. If that's the future of the capital wasteland, then I'd gladly support it. But it's absurd to call him or any other yeoman or footman a member of the Brotherhood of Steel. Okay, if you say so. No. Do you live here alone? No, I live here with my daughter. Well, adopted daughter, Giddy. I'm hoping I can convince my wife to retire from the Brotherhood like me, but I don't think I'll have much luck. That woman was born to wear power armor and will probably die wearing it. You said Guinea is your adopted daughter. That's right. Guinea was born to Enclave parents. Squad of Knights found her and some other children at Adams Air Force Base after the battle. Citadel did its best to find their parents, but there were a lot of orphans, and Guinea was one of them. So my wife and I decided to adopt her. We always wanted a daughter. Did you have other children? I had 2 sons, both died fighting in the DC ruins. Truth be told, I wasn't much of a father to them, but that's normal growing up in the Brotherhood. It's different these days with how the Citadel recruits outsiders, but the Brotherhood used to be one big family. Children grew up with plenty of aunts and uncles, but not always with a mother or father. Get to see your child a bit when they're young, but then they go off to Squire for a paladin. Then before you know it, they are starting an apprenticeship with the scribes or training as an initiate. You don't get to see them again until their oath-swearing ceremony, and before you can even pat them on the back, they get shipped off somewhere. During the brief moments of fatherhood I experienced, I enjoyed being it. I'm looking forward to doing it right this time. Do you want her to join the Brotherhood? It's up to Guinea if she wants to go to the Citadel. That's her decision, not mine. My wife wants her to serve as a squire, but truth be told, I've already given Lyons 2 of my children, and I'm not too keen on giving him a 3rd. Alright. Best of luck to you.
Not supposed to talk to strangers.
And that's a good thing. I like Terracotta. Terracotta is very quiet. Doesn't say a goddamn thing. It's freaking great. And where's this, Evelyn person? The one I tried the mole rat steak and she won? Are they down here? Nowhere? No. Unfortunate. Oh my god, where the fuck is everybody else? The Phelps house we've been in. Oh, hey. Oh, Beverly Rice. Yeah, that's right. Okay, you're fine. Where the... Oh, there was another woman, right? Who the hell's Evelyn? They mentioned Evelyn. Who's Evelyn? Confused. I don't friggin' know what the fuck I'm looking for. Well, I guess it doesn't matter that much. Been to Agatha's. I haven't been to Germantown Police in a while. Not since the conversion. Hey, you. Still not my alert. That's from the radio live stream I've got. Hey, what's up? Interesting, interesting. I can take anything I want, yay. Okay, just not these. And it didn't give me a frickin' karma down. So someone must want me to take it.
Hey.
Hey. Here to look in on your prison. Rather jail, not really a prison. Well, maybe it is a prison. It's as close to a prison as we're gonna get, probably. Prison. Hospital over there.
Good to
Prison
see.
infirmary. I'm taking your coffee mugs. And your grass trays. And your pencils. And your coffee pots. And your basically anything. You're not named. But you have a red hat. Why? I don't need to check out the bathrooms. But I do need to go to the bathroom, so... where are we on time? About an hour in. I'm gonna take a quick break to the bathroom and BRB. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's keep looking for someone to talk to about things that need fixing around anywhere. So it looks like there should be a doctor here, but I don't see it. Anyway. What about down here? Ugh, fuck. It's just a shooting range. It's just a shooting range. Very loud sound. Alright. Enough of that. Damn, just let me take anything. Damn if Abraxo tried its darndest. To clean that blood stain up. Footman whale. Okay. Hey there, I'm the cook. Not sure I'm qualified to hold such a rank, but let me know if you are hungry and I'll try to help. You're the cook? It's my official title and my job here, although I don't know two things about stews, roasts, baked goods, what have you. But what I mainly do is shove meat into the food processor and then package the protein slabs into individual MRE wrappers. MREs don't taste very good, but they make for good rations that yeomen can eat when they are out in the field. And they can be out in the field for quite a long time, so they need a lot of rations. I used to package MREs back at Castle Lyons for the footmen, but I guess someone thought I was good at it, and I got transferred over here. The new posting didn't come with a pay raise, though. Have you seen much action? No, not really. I did some combat training, and then I got put to work doing odd jobs around Castle Lyons. I unloaded ammo boxes, cleared debris from the airfield, wiped the mud and blood off power armor, and whatever else was asked of me. It might not have been as exciting as what the boys in the ruins go through, but I get paid the same number of caps. Considering I don't have to worry about getting torn apart limb from limb by a super mutant, like most footmen, I'd say I've got a pretty good lot. Okay. Yeah, good for you. You're doing a job. Definitely doing a job. And I am taking all of the stuff you have salvaged for the good of myself and not much else, and that gunfire is fucking annoying. I'll try to be quick. Okay, I shouldn't take that. Take these. I am a terrible person. As you go, where fashion sits, and on the Ritz. Tucson, welcome to the armory. Can I get you something? What do you do here? I'm serving as this base's quartermaster. I make sure the yeomen and footmen have the equipment they need. I also keep their stuff repaired and make sure anything else that needs fixing gets fixed. It's a good post. I can't complain. How'd you end up with the Order of Smiths? I originally enlisted with the Order of Footmen, joined up with a buddy, who convinced me it'd be this grand adventure. We were all excited to kill muties and raiders, maybe get our hands on some power armor and become knights, if we were lucky. Well, after training at Castle Lions, we got on a vertibird and went out on our first patrol. The vertibird landed, my buddy jumped out, walked a few feet, then boom. He stepped on a landmine that had been buried in the dirt for who knows how long. Not long after he died, I asked to be transferred to the Order of Smiths. Short as it may have been, our adventure as footmen was over, and I wasn't going to wear that silly blue armor alone. Okay. Got any mods? Because I really like mods. No mods. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. I hate the gunfire, man. Freaks me the fuck out sometimes. Puts me on high alert when this is supposed to be a friendly. Oh, hey. Bolin. Field Marshal. Senior Yeoman Bolin. And I am in charge of this installation. Assuming the jail cells aren't empty, yes. You'll find a few prisoners taking up residency there. It's become increasingly common for Talon Company mercs, Enclave troopers, hell, even raiders to surrender to Brotherhood patrols. I know some paladins don't like the idea of showing clemency to Brotherhood's enemies, but I don't believe in shooting men when they have their hands up and have laid down their arms. Founder Maxon did speak of honor, did he not? Our justice system may still be in its infancy, but I believe the many vandals and bandits of the wasteland can find redemption for their sins. The question, I suppose, is just how best to start that process of rehabilitation. And I think I have a good answer. What's the plan? Most of the men in the cells have never known an honest day's work. They have earned their lot in life through theft and bloodshed. I think some honest hard labor would do them good, something like farming. But good land with healthy soil is hard to find in the wasteland. However, I've heard rumors of a ruined farm to the northwest. I'd send one of my boys to investigate, but everyone's tied up at the moment. I don't suppose you would be interested in scouting out the farm. I've heard you are a reliable woman, Field Marshal. I'll investigate it. Thank you, Field Marshal. The place is called Chased Acres Dairy Farm. It's most likely abandoned, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were a few raiders set up there. Once you've secured the farm, let me know and I can start sending prisoners there to work the fields. That's actually a halfway decent idea. I have been sworn brother of the chapter for some time, Field Marshal. See, I was once a knight before I became a yeoman. My background at the Citadel is probably why I have been given so much authority here. Not that my career change was supported by all my brothers. Why did you join? The order sounded much more suitable to my interests. I am proud of my time as a knight, but the Order of Yeomen has so much more to offer. As a yeoman, I have the liberty of being an explorer, and I can see the world beyond the ruins of the Citadel. Best of all, I don't have to wear power armor. I always hated those bulky suits of metal. In fact, back at the Citadel, the Paladins nicknamed me the Naked Knight. Not because I fought in the nude, mind you, but because I would go into battle without power armor. Anyway, I just find the life of yeoman so much more exhilarating and adventurous compared to the duties of a knight. although my service is not too adventurous these days, seeing as I am stuck behind a desk managing prisoners. Where were you before this? I was on an expedition out west. Well, not too far out west. I traveled with a few men just beyond the Appalachians to Kentucky. Kentucky is a beautiful land where the countryside is hardly scarred by nuclear war. There were forests thick with trees, and the air was so fresh and clean. It was like nothing I had experienced before. We also found herds of wild horses. They were massive beasts, much larger than those broken, giddy-up buttercup toys you might find in the ruins. I've read stories of how people used to ride horses, or used them for farming. I wish we could have brought some back with us. Perhaps you'll greenlight another expedition one day. Probably. I mean, I'd be willing to do that kind of shit. I have to take everything. It is my obsession to collect anything I can from everywhere. I'm compelled to take everything nobody cares for.
Tonight.
And some of the things they do care for.
Hey.
Hi. I am here to cross this threshold, and you're not going to stop me. Were I someone else, you probably would stop me. I am the field marshal, motherfucker. Shut up. Hi. Right, I've been in there. I have not been in here. am here to take all your things. Alright. I think we're done here. Okay, we've done that. We've done this. Now they want me to do atomic harvest, which is cool.
Hey.
Anything going on out here? Nothing? Okay. Sounds good to me. Okay, we can go there. Let's do this. And then whoop all the asses that exist. Or not.
Hey.
Sister Salome. Visitor? Do I know you? Perhaps I do. You are the lone wanderer. You are responsible for the blasphemous Project Purity that now lights Adam's waters. I hear you continue to serve loyally as the Brotherhood's lapdog. What chore have they sent you to today? Whatever it is, I fail to see how it involves a community of children of Adam. I was sent here to secure this farm for the Brotherhood of Steel. Hold on. Shifting some things around. This farm and its harvest belong to Adam, and while the dominion of the Brotherhood stretches far and wide, its borders end here. You have no claim to this soil nor jurisdiction over the faithful that till it. Please leave. You are not welcome here. What can I do to convince you to give up this land? There is no convincing. I cannot give up this land, for it is not my land. This farm belongs to Adam. We are simply its caretakers. My concern is that your way of worship will irradiate this fertile farmland. Adam's glow already touches all of the land, even here. And although his light might be faint here compared to other places, I have no interest in tampering with how Adam has touched this land. Or in words perhaps you can understand, I have no plans to irradiate this farm. Is everyone here aware of the health risks associated with your faith? They understand the higher purpose to our way of worship as all faithful children of Adam do. They no longer concern themselves with the matters of the body. They are focused only on the betterment of their soul. What if you had orders from the Church in Megaton to leave this farm? I have the utmost respect for Confessor Cromwell, who enlightened me to Adam, and Mother Maya, who sent me here to proselytize. As such, I will not engage with hypotheticals. We will talk more about this later. Let us not. Fucking crazies. Of course. Had to be fucking crazies. Alright, Cromwell.
All of us here thank you for everything you've done. For us, for the waste. We pulled together and got you this. It's the best we could do. Please take it. With our thanks.
For me, I miss you all day. Certainly, thank you.
No. Blind with his glory. Every ear shall be stricken deaf.
Cromwell.
It is so good to see you again, dear child. Remember, the church of the children of Adam is always here for you. Salvation is a difficult.
Alright. Dinner is finally done. Oh. It was good. Sister Salome. Oh yes, I remember Sister Salome. Most faithful servant of Adam. Mother Maya has done well in training her for missionary work. Sure she has already converted a camp of raiders to the light of Adam. How wonderful. I want Sister Salome to leave Chased-Acres dairy farm. Leave the farm? No. I don't believe that is right. Oh. It's not told me anything about reassigning Sister Salome. But perhaps you would like to engage in missionary work? You look like you have it in you. Go speak with Mother Maya and learn how you can spread Adam's light. Are you listening to me? I said, I want to speak with you about Sister Salome. Yes, you too wish to be a missionary of Adam like her and spread his revelations across the wasteland. Speak with Mother Maya, and she can help you on your divine quest.
What is it?
Behold! He is coming with the clouds, and every eye shall shine with his glory. Every ear.
There.
We meet again, sweet child. I hope you're finding our town agreeable. In darkness, in doubt, go ye to the bomb. Find Adam and find truth.
I need to speak with you. Let's have you to talk about Sister Salome, such a wise and gifted scholar. Sent her to Chased-Acres dairy farm to convert the raiders residing there, and she did so successfully. Adam be praised. What is it you wish to discuss? Is there something wrong? Sister Salome's talents are wasted at Chased-Acres. Maybe it's time to send her on a new quest. Yes, I suppose you are correct. Sister Salome has already proven herself to be skilled at interpreting Adam's revelations. I will draft instructions for her to leave Chased-Acres and go in search of new lands to bring the light of Adam. Would you mind delivering this letter to her? Adam bless you, friend. Well, at least she's out of my hair. Ba-doop. Be-dop, boo-doop, bop, be-doop. If Atom had blessed me with immortality, as he has ghouls, then perhaps I would have the patience for you. But he has not. So why must you waste my time? I have a letter from Mother Maya ordering you to vacate. What? This letter must be a forgery. I don't believe it. Why would the church cave to the Brotherhood so easily? So be it. I will leave this farm, but I shall not be returning to Megaton. I have heard rumors of a group of believers traveling north. I hear they are willing and able to defend the faith against all transgressions. I think it is time I joined them. Now leave. Tell your masters you have been a loyal servant and secured them this farm. I'm sure they'll reward you for another chore well done. The crazies. Hey. Can I help you? Firm is secure. You can start sending prisoners there to work. Wonderful news, Field Marshal. I knew I could count on you. You have given many a lost soul a second chance at life. Start the preparations for sending prisoners and a complimentary guard to the farm. I'm not going to rename the farm. Okay. Maybe I should go to Paradise Falls Casino. Fuck. I'm trying to go through everything from outside the DC ruins first. Mass relay station. What are you doing? What do you do here? What is the happening, my dudes? Lockwell. Good day, Field Marshal. How is research? Slowly trying to return this outpost to how it was before its former tenants took it from the Brotherhood. There is a lot of valuable information stored on these consoles, and I am doing my best to recover what might have otherwise been lost. Yet my work is frequently hampered by Knight Yule, who worries that I might disturb the spirits of the brothers who were slain here. I understand this place holds much sentimental value to her, but such superstition is beneath the Brotherhood of Steel. This place used to be a Brotherhood outpost. Yes, it was a small research outpost before it was overrun by raiders. An embarrassing defeat, given the highly equipped knights were bested by a mob of junkies. It was one of the reasons why Elder Lion shifted the Brotherhood away from tech reclamation and focused on the supermutant threat in the DC ruins. Well, that and the squabble that occurred at Fort Independence. Okay, Yule is here? Hello? It is an honor to have you here, Field Marshal. Nothing to report. Nothing to report at the moment, Field Marshal. Skirmishes with raiders are common. But I promise you we will hold this station no matter what those savages throw at me. This outpost will not fall a second time, I swear. Did this place used to be a Brotherhood outpost? That is correct, Field Marshal. In fact, I used to serve here when I was still an initiate under the tutelage of the Honorable Paladin Ponto. I was here the day the outpost fell to raiders. For weeks they had assaulted us. Wave after wave of degenerates and drunks. Despite their onslaught, they could not breach our fortification. But our ammo was running low, and their numbers were many, despite their casualties. When it became evident that the outpost would eventually succumb to their final wave, Paladin Ponto understood that there was no way out. Paladin Ponto gave me a holodisk containing the research gathered and the holotags of the other knights, with orders to return to the Citadel. Although I was ready to die next to my brothers, I accepted my mission and used a brief calm between fighting to escape. As far as I am concerned, Field Marshal, this power station is a cemetery full of martyrs. Okay, hi. You got this crazy bitch revering the dead over here when you want to return power. Engraved helmet. In honor of those who stood in defense of civilization against the hordes of barbarity. Fascinating. Wibbledy wobbledy. What are we doing? Dominion Farms? Have we been to Dominion Farms? Oh, yeah, I remember. No. 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 I guess we can go here, see what's happening there. To the place I belong, West Virginia. What you up to? The station, Field Marshal. This station's equipment in good shape. I'm no 3-Dog, but I am doing my best to keep the station running. A scribe and a few smiths were here to repair the equipment and get the broadcast running, but they had to leave not soon after. Scribe left me some notes in case anything breaks, and I can't really make out her handwriting. Hopefully nothing breaks, and I don't have to translate her chicken scratch. Can you tell me? Station is used for communicating with civilians in the wasteland. I broadcast weather reports, super mutant movements, and anything else related to health and safety. Folks that have a ham radio can contact me with questions or alert the Brotherhood to any trouble. It's a good way to keep everyone out in the waste connected and looking after each other. Can you play music from the station? There are some old music recordings here at the station. It's mainly folk music. If you'd like, I can start playing music over the broadcast. Just let me know. I'd like you to start playing music. Will do. I'll add some tracks to the broadcast. Cool. God, I can manage my own radio station. Holy shit. Can I broadcast something over the radio? Damn. sure the people of the wasteland would love to hear from you. Use the station's ham radio over on the desk. Oh, fuck. I gotta think about this. I mean, it's a big responsibility to do. I gotta think about this. Let's get it. What are we doing? The reservoir. It's been occupied. Hello. Got any problems in the area that I need?
What's up?
That needs a professional touch. Robot. Standing by for commands. Status report. Water treatment plant is fully operational. No serious issues to report. Okay. Okay, cool. So we are fantastic. Anything from over here that needs work? Anything at all? We still not my alert. What are these? They look like mud fruit. Refined mud fruit. Oh my god. That's amazing. Anything going on up here? Nope. Not much. More, please. Lay that pistol down. Pistol back at Pine Tooth. Well, hello there, stranger. My name's Pine Tooth, and I run this fire farm. What can I do for you? What do you do? Mud fruit. Not just any kind of mud fruit. See, refined mud fruit. They aren't all like the mud fruit you find growing on a vine out in the wild. They are easy to grow, and that the lady with Brotherhood provided the seeds. I think her name was Scribe Blackwell. Scribe sure is an interesting first name, isn't it? But then again, who am I to judge when it comes to names? Anyhow, she offered me a deal. I could have the seeds for free as long as I sold the produce to the Brotherhood and took notes on how they grew. Well, how could I refuse a deal as good as that? You enjoy it? I mean, it ain't easy work, but this is the best setup I've ever had. My current farm is a dream. It really is. I got a crop that's healthy and delicious, and a loyal customer at the Brotherhood to whom I can sell my produce. Plus, those soldiers down the road provide me with all the fresh water I could need and scare away any troublemakers. I don't know if you have noticed, but it ain't easy to get stuff to grow out in the wastes. What with the irrigated land and lack of water. But my farm, hell, I would have killed for something like it when I first started farming all those years back. Always been a farmer? For most of my life, yes. Wasn't an easy life. It's hard to grow crops, and what you end up growing, most would rather steal it than pay for it. Still, I can't complain. It's a good life. That being said, I wasn't always a farmer. When I was a young man, I did go on the occasional adventure. Well, until that last adventure that made me retire from adventuring. What was your last adventure? Like most stories, it starts with a girl. Her name was Demi. I was head over heels for this girl. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. I barely believe it myself when I think about it nowadays. She was really ugly, both inside and out. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, one day, she gets herself kidnapped by a gang of raiders, and boy, I tell you, I went mad. I don't consider myself a violent type, but I do know how to aim my double barrel, so that's what I did. I blasted my way through I don't know how many raiders until I finally arrived at the gang's hideout. I busted down the door, and what do my eyes behold but a wedding ceremony, or whatever the closest thing raiders have to a wedding ceremony. Turns out Demi wasn't kidnapped. She ran away with the gang's leader. Apparently they were in love, but no one told me that. Anyhow, after the ensuing gunfight, I decided to hang up my gun, pick up a farm hoe, and embrace the bachelor's life. What kind of name is Pine Tooth? It is a bit of an odd name, isn't it? Not sure why my mama decided to name me Pine Tooth. I never thought to ask her why, but perhaps I should have. Not sure she would have given me a straight answer. Mama was an odd woman. Hence my name being Pine Tooth and all. Any your produce? My produce is the first pick of what I grow. Only fair. After all, they are the reason why I have this farm in the first place. Whatever I have left over from selling to them, I usually sell off to passers-by, like yourself, or I keep to eat. The mutt fruit I grow is rather delicious, much sweeter and juicier than the mutt fruit you'll find growing in the wild. Okay, cool. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Damn, that maintenance robot's not doing too well.
Hey.
Oh well. Everything's fine. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to do this, aren't I? Paradise Falls security. Oh my god. Security.
Hey.
Ruben? Excuse me, can you help? My wife's inside. I need to find her. Wife is inside? Yes, she's dead. I think her remains might be somewhere inside Paradise Falls. You see, we were both slaves. I was sold, but she wasn't. She died here, murdered by slavers. I hate the thought of this hellhole being her final resting place. Please, will you help me find her remains? I'll see what I can do. Really? Thank you so much. It's been so long since her death. I can't imagine there is much of her left in one piece. Slavers killed her with a hammer, smashed her head open. Then they hung her body in a cage over the entrance to Eulogy's pad. Fucking slaving bastards. Please, Paradise Falls can't be her tomb. I know it will be hard to identify her body, but if you could somehow just find her skull, that would be enough. Tell me about your wife. Her name was Patty. Her hair was blonde, but really dark, and she always kept it short. She never let it grow long. Even when we were captive at Paradise Falls, she'd find a way to cut it. She also had a mole right in the middle of her chin. She Well, none of this matters now, does it? It's not like this information will help you identify a skeleton. The only thing distinguishable about her now is a wound to the head. Why do you want to... I know I can't bring her back, but I can at least take her away from Paradise Falls. I couldn't do that when she was alive, but I'm going to make things right. Slavers do anything. They engage in cruelty for the pleasure of it being cruel. One moment I had my wife. I was a slave, but still she was with me. The next thing I knew, she was dead and hanging in a cage. Goddamn slavers. Fucking animals, all of them. I agree, but how are we going to find her? Like you said, she's a skeleton. Forensic anthropologist. Ramos. Welcome to the Gilded Inn. If you are here for the restaurant, I'm afraid the opening has been delayed. I'm looking for the remains of a woman. She was killed by the slavers here and hung in a cage. Sorry, but I don't know anything about where they keep the bodies. I just run the hotel. You said something about a restaurant. Yeah, I wanted to open a restaurant inside the hotel. In my experience, a warm meal and a soft bed complement each other nicely. I've got a kitchen that looks like it came straight from the pages of a pre-war mailing catalog, and the freshest ingredients you are like to find in the wasteland. What I am missing is a chef, and I mean that literally my chef is missing. The guy said he needed to take care of some business back home, and he hasn't returned since. Without a chef, I can't open a restaurant. I could help you and work as a chef, at least for one night. You know how to cook? The better question is, am I really that desperate for help that I'd let a stranger prepare and cook food for my guests? I think I just might be. I've got a lot of hungry guests. I guess things can't go too poorly. Kitchen has everything you need, and the chef left behind his recipe book. Alright, let's go for it. Whenever you are ready, go to the kitchen in the back and start preparing for tonight's dinner. What exactly do I need to do? You know, questions like that don't exactly fill me with confidence about tonight. Anyway, like I said, the kitchen has everything you need. There's pots and pans, meat and veggies, ovens that work like new. Chef that I had hired even left behind his recipe book. Tonight will be interesting, no doubt about it, but just stay sharp and think quick on your feet, and I'm sure the grand opening will go just fine. Whenever you are ready, go to the kitchen in the back and start preparing for dinner. How did you come to run this? I used to run a small inn in the Highway 1 trade route. Business was alright, but then one day business started booming. All these traders started passing through, and they all had the same destination, the capital. The increased traffic earned me a good amount of cabs. Only problem is it caught the attention of a gang of raiders who wanted a cut. I was honestly fine with paying them. The caps were worth a little racketeering, but they evicted me and took over the place. Saddens me to think my little inn is now a raider hangout where caravans get held up, but what can you do? Anyhow, I figured I'd head to the capital like everyone else. I met Jed through an old caravan friend, and I offered to help run a hotel for his big casino enterprise. Always. Took a lot of work to turn this dump into what it is, but Jed wanted luxury for his guests, so that's what I gave him. Alright. Well, Sorry. I misunderstood the assignment. Where's the recipe? Where's the book? Well, whatever. Almost time for the grand opening. Restaurant. Being in charge of the kitchen won't be easy. The world of fine dining is hectic. All sorts of unexpected problems waiting to spoil and foil the soup. Up to you to determine how best to keep the kitchen running and keep the diners happy. Take skill to make it through the closing time. Are you ready? Let's do. Getting ready in the kitchen, you have an hour. Test all the ingredients. What? Kitchen is stocked full of ingredients. I think I'm going to be sick. Okay. Well, that's not good. Good fucking God, man. And no, that is not going to be the timeline. Hi. So, if it hamina, okay, I'll climb again. Save. Begin. Tinker with the oven. So to inspect the oven and make sure it's up to code. Check the oven light, tighten a few bolts, wipe down the racks. Looking at the back of the oven, you apply a generous amount of duct tape and double check that all the wiring and tubing are going where they need to be. Thanks to your maintenance, you estimate the oven is now 25% more efficient at cooking Meyerlurk cakes. Good chef needs a good oven. Restaurant is opened, and you are hard at work cooking orders. There are orders for mole rat stew, Meyerlurk crab cakes, Brahmin burgers, and other dishes. Some you have never heard of before. The orders just keep coming. You have the recipe book, the missing chef left behind, but you are still having trouble keeping up with all of the dinner orders. What should you do? Focusing on following the recipe. Like a scientist hard at work in the laboratory, you carefully and meticulously follow the recipes in the chef's notebook to the letter. No deviation, no improvisation. Eventually, the recipes stop being about how to prepare a dish. They become mathematical formulas, equations for you to solve. The world outside the kitchen fades into the background, and you become a food assembly line. Finally, the dinner rush slows, and you find you have fulfilled all of the orders. Cooking is simple chemistry. It's been a long and stressful night, but things are finally winding down, and the restaurant is getting ready to close. As you are preparing to clean up the kitchen, an angry customer suddenly bursts through the door. Fuming, they claim your cooking has given them food poisoning and that they are now deathly ill. customer is clearly drunk and is very irate. What do you do to resolve the situation? Ain't no reason around it. Recommend some treatment for their sick stomach. Instead of apologizing, you instead explain how the customer could try to treat their sickness. Coolly and clinically, you recommend some possible medicine they take and what dosage. You also tell the customer to drink plenty of water and try to get some rest. You assure them their illness is most likely minor and should pass in a day or two. Although at first bewildered by the cook also being a doctor, the customer listens attentively and thanks you for your prognosis before leaving. The customer is a happy customer. After many hours of working in the kitchen, the restaurant is finally closed. It was certainly quite the experience. For better or for worse, your tenure as a chef has come to an end. Closing time at last. Wow, you were amazing. You were born to cook, my friend. I'd hire you on the spot, but my last chef just returned. I'll take over things in the kitchen. I also just had a room open up. I want you to have it as thanks. Go up the stairs, turn right, and it's the last door. Oh, and here's your share of the profits. You earned it. Cool? Nice.
Good to see you.
Very good stuff. Not bad. I still much prefer the Field Marshal's quarters. But yeah, that's a very clean room.
Hey.
Velma's. Hi. Welcome to Velma's. I'm Velma. Have a look around. I'm looking for the remains of a woman. She was killed by the slavers. Good for you. Everyone deserves a proper burial. If you are ever looking for something nice to be buried in, come talk to me. I'll get you looking nice and well-dressed for your funeral. What brings you to Paradise Falls? I'm an investor in the casino. Hold on. See, I came to the capital wasteland with a fat purse full of caps. I was looking for an opportunity when I met Jed, who wanted me to invest in his casino idea. But it wasn't Jed who convinced me to invest. It was this store. When I saw the big letters above the door that spelt Velma, I just knew it was meant to be. It's like this store has been waiting for me. For 200 years, it has been sitting here waiting for me. Do you mind if I ask how you made your money? Oh, not at all. Let me tell you the tale. You see, I was tailor in a small settlement. I would hem shirts and patch pants, but I wasn't making much money. People literally paid me with pocket change. Then one day, this nearby vault suddenly opened. Everyone in town was shocked to learn people actually lived inside it. As you can guess, traders from miles around came to the vault hoping to trade with the people that lived in it. But the vault dwellers were isolated and self-sufficient. They weren't interested in the caravans and their wasteland goods. But I offered the vault dwellers something they didn't have: fashion. After years of living underground wearing the same old jumpsuit every day, everyone in the vault was eager to buy my fashionable designs. In exchange for the clothing I designed for them, the vault would give me their fancy tech and valuable pre-war goods they had. I'd then turn around and sell what they gave me to the caravans. I made a killing. I originally came to the capital wasteland to retire, but I realized I'm still young and do love the bartering game. And like I said, this store was waiting for me. How's biz? Oh, business is good. That's an understatement, actually. Business is great. All these caravanners come into Paradise Falls looking to do some gambling. They think it'll just be a fun little pit stop on their trade route. And then they blow all their money at the casino. So, the now broke and destitute caravanners come to me, and I buy their goods at bargain prices. It's almost too easy. My profit margins are absurd. Alright, so what you got? Got mods? You got some ammo. Stylish gambler. Well-heeled gambler. Nah.
Later.
Late. Late tro. How are we? 2 hours?
Good to see you.
Okay. I'm due for a break, so I am going to take that break. And then I will start the third and final part of the VOD after said break. Anyway, I am LifeSeeker128 on YouTube and Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, go see my YouTube. I've got all the VODs there. If you're watching on YouTube, go see my Twitch. I'm probably streaming live right now. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow my channels. And if you dislike anything part of my VODs or my stream, please comment on YouTube where I got wrong what to do, you know? And please, be specific about your comment, you know? Just constructive, you know? I'm trying to improve here. Anyway, a bit more to come.